So hello everyone and welcome back to this video. So in this video we are going to talk about the top 10 basic commands which every Linux user should know when they start coding or computing using the Linux. So in this I will categorize the Linux command as easy, medium and hard. So the easy video is this one, like I'll put the top 10 commands. In total I'll cover the 30 commands. In this video I'll cover the 10 commands which are the most easiest one according to me. So let's start with the video. Is the cd command. So cd by the name itself stands for change directory. Before proceeding to the video, I'll show you that I've created a folder which is named as dummy. So this is the dummy directory. That's not actually folder. So this is directory. So in this directory, I've placed two text file and one doc file. I'll explain you later in this video that why I have done that. Okay, so let's start with this one. So first, what we'll do is we'll go to the command line terminals by pressing Ctrl Alt and T. So here we are in the command line terminal. Now let's increase the size. Okay, I think now this will be visible. So the very first command is the cd command, which is used to change the directory command. Now it is basically used to change the directory, nothing else is the work. So let's do this. So this will type cd and we'll change the directory to dummy. So we'll type dummy. So here you can see that we are in the dummy directory. You can in the title in the top as well, you can see in the dummy directory. Okay, so we are in the dummy. Now let's move to the second command. We are in the dummy directory, right? So now move to the second command, which is the ls command. So ls command is used to list the files which is present in a particular directory. Okay, now here I want to correct that many people usually generally of Indian ascent, I myself of an Indian ascent, so we generally speak like directory as a folder. So folder is I am just specifying to them that folder is spoken in the casual sense, but directory is spoken in the coding sense or in the computing sense. In technical term, the directory is used in the as a folder. Folder is a casual sense. So try to speak directory, although the difference is nothing, but try to speak the folder as the directory. So yeah, so here we are in the dummy directory. Now ls command I told, so ls command is used to list the files which are present in a particular directory. Okay, so if we type ls, so here you can see that a.text, b.text and c.doc file has been successfully listed. Now ls command can also be used to list the particular folder. Okay, so let's change it to desktop, and here you can see that we have type ls. So you can see that these all are the files which are folders which are there in my desktop. Okay, so now let's move to the third command, which is the man command. So man command basically gets details about the list command. Okay, like suppose if you want to classify files like .sh, .run file, then you can get commands from here that how to write. So basically run file, then you can get commands from here that how to write it accordingly and get the desired result. For example, I'll show you. We'll type the man command, man, and then we'll type ls. So here you can see that we have got a series or the list of bunch of commands which we can use to work according with the ls commands. You can see that we escape and all color. Now I have given an example of classifying the files, right? So here you can see. So you can see this hyperlink style, indicator style, inode, ignore pattern, keep byte, difference, and all. So yeah, this is not just really the command, but this will give you a proper guide of how to use the ls command if you want to do something directly. Like if you want to list, suppose we are scrolling through the files and all. So here you can see that we have changed. Here we are scrolling through the file. So suppose if you want to select an mkv file or in particular mkv files, what we'll do is we'll basically type the classify command. That is the man. Will go through the man and will search for the some command which will state as mkv, right? So we can simply write ls and .mkv, so we'll get that command. Alright, so this was just a basic command. It does not have use in the long run, but still. So the next command is the cat command. So cat command is basically the short form of concatenate command. So this cat command is basically used to read or write any system files or external files. Now system files like RTF file and external files like PDF files. So you can read any of them. Okay, so without any external software, obviously, like a PDF reader or Adobe Acrobat reader, we don't need that one. We can directly read on the command line. Now, like I'll show you an example. So suppose if we have the two text file in the dummy. So we'll copy. We'll go to the dummy directory, so cd dummy, and we'll list the command. And here you can see that a.text, b.text, and c.doc file is there. So what we'll do to read the text file? So we'll simply write cat a.txt, right? So you can see that it is a.txt because if you remember, then this a.txt file also has a text name as a.txt file. You can see it here. Okay, so you can see this a.txt, and if you want to change it to Amit, so we can simply save it. And now if the same write is cat a.txt, so you can see that Amit has been successfully written. So this is all used for cat command. Okay, now moving on to the next command. But before that, I'll tell you another substitute of cat command as well. If you are like stuck or not getting it, so the very simple way to remember that less and more command is also used as a cat command. Okay, for example, less then a.txt. So you can see that the text has been written, that is Amit. Okay, and more command is also do the same, but the difference between more and less command is less command will give at the bottom and more command will give at the top. Okay, so for to exit this one, we just have to press key. So here we are. Now I'll also show you for the more command. So more a.txt. So you can see that Amit has been written. Okay. So now let's move to the next command, which is mkdir command. So mkdir command is used to make directory. So we'll simply write mkdir and we'll make directory which is named as dummy1. Okay. So now if we'll see, then here you can see that dummy1 folder has been successfully created. Now here we'll come here, then here you also can see that dummy1 folder has been created. All right. So no doubt here. Now similarly rmdir. So rm by the name itself, it is rm stands for remove and dir stands for directory. So we'll remove the directory. How we'll remove the directory? So we'll simply write rm dir and we'll name the folder as dummy1. So now if you will check it, then that this folder has been removed from here. Okay, so this is the use of rmdir. Now mkdir stands for make directory, rmdir stands for remove directory. Okay, similarly rm command stands for removing any text file. For example, if we want to remove suppose here b.text file, right? So what will simply write as rm means remove, then b.txt. So now if we'll check, then here we can see that on the a.text and c.doc file is there, and here also you can see that on the a.text and c.doc file is only present. Okay, so basically rmdir stands for removing the directory and rm stands for removing the text file. Okay, so now touch command is the most common command and most useful command which you will need ever. So touch command is basically used to create a text file. So suppose if we have removed here the b.text file, now if you want to create it again, so what we'll do is simply write touch b.txt. Okay, so now if we'll see that, you can see that here b.txt file has been created. Okay, you can see it here as well that b.txt file has been successfully created. So this was about the touch command. Now let's move to the clear command. So this command is basically used to clear the command line terminal. So here you can see that these lots a bunch of these text are written, so we want basically want fresh, and sometimes we got confusion, so we just want to make it pure fresh. I mean the command line should be all clear, so we'll simply type clear, and here you can see that there we go. So here again if we write clear, so this will be clarified, the command line will be completely clear. Okay, now I'll tell you one interesting command, that is the curl command. So curl command is basically used to connect to the website or a web server, but that is not actually the thing. The interesting fact is that it gives the complete skeleton of a web page. For example, if you want to go for google.com, then it gives a complete skeleton of that google.com. Yeah, but note here that basically first thing is that you have to apply or write www, because without that it won't give or connect to the server. And the second thing which you have to do is you have to like it does not give the CSS and all. So basically whatever the images file, those will be trimmed, those will not be shown, only the skeleton structure or the file structure will be shown. You can take it off any website, but the only condition which applies here is that you have to apply www. Okay, for example, I'll show you, like suppose I write curl https, okay, and www.google.com. okay, so just wait for a minute. Okay, so you can see that this is the complete HTML structure. So let's copy from here and let's test whether this gives correct result or not. So we'll copy from here till here, so copy this. Okay, now go to the VS Code editor. Okay, so here you can see that VS Code editor. So just we have to paste it. Okay, so let's paste it, and we'll save it, and we'll copy the related path. We'll go to the browser. All right, and we will paste it here. So you can see that all the images has been trimmed, but yeah, the basic skeleton of a web page is shown. And the fun fact is that you can search anything through this. For example, HTML. Now click on Google search, and it will, okay, no, you cannot search, but yeah, I mean you will get basically the web page structure which you want. Okay, now the images and all you can add manually as well, that's not a big deal. Okay, now again we'll type clear to clear this one. Okay, so now let's move on to the next command, and one of the most important command, that this command is known as chmod command. Okay, so this command is basically used to change the mode command, because by the name itself. So let us suppose we have a file which is known as a.txt. Okay, so I want that it will be only readable file, or it become only executable file. So what we'll do is type chmod, then readable for R, readable stands for R, and then first of all we'll have to change the directory to dummy. Okay, we'll have to list the file, and then we can change here by using chmod, then readable, right? So r chmod r a.txt. Okay, now you can see that R stands for readable, so here this still remains the same. Now we will convert this to executable file. So executable file instead will write x. Okay, so chmod and x a.txt. So now here you can see that, okay, so basically text file does not work, but yeah, you can work like this. Now here on the screen you can see that chmod has three group of people, like first the user, and second will be group, and third will be the others. So in each group the people have three permissions, that is to read, write and execute. Okay, so for suppose if we want to read the file, so what we'll do is we will simply write chmod, and then for the suppose if we want to give permission to others, okay, and we want them to execute as well, so we'll write o plus x and we'll mention the file name. This is the syntax which I'm telling. Okay, now the second thing is, suppose if we want to give the user the read, write and execute permission as well, so what we'll do is we'll write chmod, which is change mode, then user for you, and we have to give to read, then user for write and user for execute as well, then we'll write the file name. Okay, so this is how it goes. All right, so this was all in this video. Similarly, if we want to give the others as executable permission, or if you don't want to go for OX and all, so you can simply write as chmod, then O for others, and that will be X for executable. I mean the others will directly able to execute the file. Okay, and just click or write the file name. Okay, so this is how it goes. All right, I hope it is clear. So I'll see you in the next video with medium level Linux commands very soon. So thank you so much for watching the video. Lots of love.